all for this. We're gonna stand on top with our hands in the sky. Gonna raise our cup to the stadium lights.
For Dog Pound Incorporated, the biggest win, his first win. Gutierrez wins the Indianapolis 250.
We celebrate with the city tonight. Hear the hometown cheer, it's the ultimate high.
And your 2023 Haas IndyCar Series champion is Luna in the 00.
What's going on, everybody? Caleb here, and welcome back to the 2024 Haas IndyCar Series season. And as we begin the second half of the season, we arrive here in Plymouth, Wisconsin. One of the longest road courses on the schedule, about 4 miles long, and we're here for 13 laps of action here at Road America. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Culver's, Indy, Wisconsin, here at Road America for race number 11 on the 2024 Haas IndyCar Series season. And this is going to be an exciting one here today. Road America is usually a great race, one of the better road course races that we have on schedule. And I mean, we've had some pretty cool, we've had some pretty good road course races so far this season. I have to see how this one here is today, but coming off of a crazy Indianapolis 250, which, speaking of that, once again, congratulations to Aldra Baranowskis for joining that very elusive two winners club for the Indianapolis 250, joining Nicholas Samadio to make them the only two drivers that have ever won multiple Indianapolis 250s. But we're going to have to see how well these drivers transition back here to the road courses after an oval like that. But yeah, like I mentioned, we're now in the second half of the season. Now that the Indianapolis 250 as well has came and gone, all these guys' full focus now is going to be on the championship. It's going to make things really interesting here. But speaking of the championship, taking a look at the point standings coming out of Indianapolis, Bradley Bradshaw still holds the point lead, and after a podium finish in the Indianapolis 250, now has a hefty 41-point margin over now second-place pointsman Zachary Fitzwater, moving up to second in points after a decent run at Indianapolis. Well, looking further on down the point standings, Thomas Truxell comes in third, 65 back. Angel Oliveira comes in fourth, 70 back. Chris Reynolds, fifth, 74 back. Luna Lona, 6th, 94 back. Logan Williams, 7th, 97 back. Max Anderson, 8th, 98 back. John Andrews, 9th, 103 back. And Brennan Wilmington rounds out your top 10 in points. He is actually tied with Aldra Baranowskis, 116 points behind Bradley Bradshaw. Bradshaw looking pretty good right now, but is starting a little bit deeper in the field here today. Will definitely be an interesting one to watch out for. But meanwhile, Zachary Fitzwater coming to this race second in points. He's starting up here in the top 10. Have to see how that shakes up this points battle coming out of today. But starting on the pole position for today's race, it's number 13, Max Anderson. They're driving for Wisconsin Speedworks. That's aforementioned Max Anderson enters this race in the top 10 in points. He's 98 points back of Bradley Bradshaw. So, pretty big mountain that he has to climb if he wants to get up there to Bradshaw, but nothing impossible. If he can stay up here in this race, maybe even win, that would really cut down that points gap. But we'll just have to wait and see how things go. Anderson's had a pretty solid season up to this point. Probably doesn't want to talk about what happened at Richmond, but besides that, he's had a very good season. He's tied with a couple drivers for the most top 10s on the year. Looking to potentially get another one here today, and maybe even better than that. But I think it's about time to get these guys rolling here from Road America. And as they do, we'll take a look at your starting lineup here for Culver's, Indy, Wisconsin, here at Road America. As aforementioned, on the pole, it's the number 13 of Max Anderson, starting alongside the 41 of Angel Oliveira. Oliveira's also had a very good season up to this point, coming into this race fourth in the point standings. Have to see how she can do in this one. Row number 2, we find the 79 of Trey Smith, starting alongside the 73 of Chris Reynolds. Trey Smith has had a pretty rough season so far up to this point, coming into this race 24th in points. If he can stay up here, that would be a much-needed good run for that Otter Island Motorsports team. Row number 3, we got the 88 of Nicholas Samadillo, starting alongside the 81 of Zachary Fitzwater. Got an all-time great row right here. Let's see how that develops. Row number 4, we find the 38 of Logan Williams, winner at the Indianapolis Road Course a few weeks ago, as well as winner at Riverside earlier this year. We know that Logan knows how to get it done here on the road courses. Have to see how he does today, and he's starting alongside your reigning champion, number 16 of Luna Lona. And rounding out the top 10 in row number 5, we got the 75 of Justin Zidell, starting alongside the 98 of Jay Knapp, two guys that have really struggled so far this season. Now Zidell coming to this race 28th in the point standings, Jay Knapp coming in 29th, and Knapp just DNQ for the Indianapolis 250 a few weeks ago. Nice to see him running inside here in the top 10. Nice to see Otter Island Motorsports and NS Racing with a good qualifying run. As you can see Aaron Abel there just a few rows back. This will give him some much-needed points and some much-needed good runs towards the season. But race info will be on the bottom left-hand side of your screen, as well as the previous winners. As I mentioned, it's going to be a 13-lap race here today, the usual 30 entries. And we should have a cycle of pit stops in this race. Window opens up at about lap 7. Could see some guys stretch it, though. We'll just have to wait and see how things go. But this is definitely going to be an interesting one. Like I said earlier, we're now in the second half of the season. It's been a wild season so far, to say the least, but it's been a great season, and it's been so fun to run. Have to wait and see how this second half goes, as now everybody's focus turns towards the championship. Long racetrack, still got a little ways to go before we reach the green, but start to see this track has a little bit of about of everything. It's got some long straights, it's got some long sweeping corners, it's got tight corners. Got a fair share of passing opportunities. We should see got a passing opportunity in turns 1 and 2, turn 3, the final corner, as well as this corner coming up right here. All good passing opportunities we could see put to play here today. But that being said, making their way through the final corners here, and just making sure that everybody's good. It looks like they are. But coming through the final corner here, it's going to be the 13 of Max Anderson and the 41 of Angel Olvera, who's going to be leading the field down the front straightaway. So it'll be interesting to see who gets the advantage going into turn number 1. But coming up the hill, Max Anderson and Angel Olvera are going to lead the field to the green flag. And here we go. We're green flag racing here in Culver's, Indy, Wisconsin, here at Road America. Oh, we've already got some off. A couple cars off. That's Samadillo. That is Nicholas Samadillo, and I think he got into it with Fitzwater. Oh my goodness, another car off. That's Andrew Baranowskis, your Indy 250 champion. Oh my goodness, already a chaotic first lap, as the two winningest drivers on the channel get into it, as well as the Indianapolis 250 winner going off track. Goodness gracious. Put a replay on the bottom left-hand side of the screen of all the calamity on the first lap, but it's Max Anderson in the 13 with the advantage to turn 1, and he's going to hold the lead here on lap number 1. Trey Smith actually is going to find his way to second. Reynolds slots in third. Olvera actually lost a few spots there. Now down to the fourth position. Lona fifth. Logan Williams slots in sixth. Knapp seventh. Zidell eighth. Parton ninth. And right now, Christian Vargas rounds out your top 10 for the moment. But man, that was a crazy first lap. And yeah, Fitzwater's slow. He's got some pretty major damage from that get-together with Sam Adio as well. And that's not good for the point standings for Zachary Fitzwater. Looks like Bradshaw is fine after that, and he's going to gain some spots because of that. I believe he started this race in the 26th position, and now you can see he has gone from 26th to 14th in one lap. You cannot stop Bradley Bradshaw. Already having a very strong run so far here today, and it's only lap 2. Have to see how this race goes for Bradley Bradshaw and how it develops. But yeah, tough break there for Sam Adio and Zachary Fitzwater. Sam Adio ran in the top 10 for most of the first half of the season, but fell outside a little ways before the Indianapolis 250. Had a decent run there, and this is going to put him behind the 8 ball once again, and this is definitely not going to help Zachary Fitzwater's case. He's probably not going to be second in points after this race, although Troxel is struggling as well in the 52, so Bradley Bradshaw might just extend his point lead even more as Matthews nearly runs off the road right there, trying to go side by side with Christian Vargas. 59 is going to have to cede the position to Vargas, and she might lose the position there to Aaron Abel, but is going to slot in front of the 97, excuse me. But so far, so good for Max Anderson. Definitely know that he is looking for redemption after what happened to him at Richmond, where he was leading, blew an engine from the race lead. I know he wants to get this win here today, but Trey Smith and the 79 trying everything he can to try and catch the 13. So is Chris Reynolds, Angel Olvera. Lona potentially might have a battle heating up between Lona and Logan Williams. But single filing out just a little bit forward now, but still got some passing going on as Richard Kingart in the 95 going after Noah Clifton in turn number 1, and is actually going to allow his teammate to get to the inside of the 95 as well. And now Nathan Norman Motorsports teammates are going to go at it. Bruno Diacomo and Richard Kingart. Diacomo really looking for a good run, especially after DNQing from the Indy 250 a few weeks ago. It was actually the second year in a row Diacomo is DNQ'd for the 250. Big move there by the 23 of Stewart. I don't think Diacomo was too happy about that, as Stewart nearly tried to take it 3 wide. But it is going to work out there. And one car ran off the road. I believe that was the 8 of Tanner Parton. Going for a little rally there. And he's going to lose a couple positions, actually. He was ahead of the 00 of Vargas, but now he is outside of the top 10. Now under fire from the 49 of Angel Gutierrez and the 54 of Bradley Bradshaw. I believe Logan Williams might have had a little excursion as well, because now he's fighting with the 75 of Zidell. He's going to try to dive it down to the inside. As we come to the final corners of the racetrack, he is going to have the advantage going into the final corner. And he's going to take that spot back away as Zidell goes a little bit wide. That's going to open the door for the 00 of Christian Vargas. They're going to go side by side down the front straightaway as Zidell got back to the gas quite well there, and he might stay clear of Vargas. And no, Vargas is going to dive it into turn number 1, but he has to check up. Almost right to the side of Zidell. He's going to have to check up, and the 75 is going to hold on to the 8th position. But Max Anderson now with a 2.3 second lead on the 79 of Trey Smith, as Angel Olvera now goes after Chris Reynolds for the 3rd position. They're going to go side by side after Olvera dives down to the inside. But Reynolds is going to hold on to the third position for now. Luna Lona back there in fifth. Trying to catch these two as they battle. Jay Knapp in sixth. Williams was battling with Luna Lona, and we got skid marks there. Did we have... Oh, Ace Garcia in the 27. I believe might have gone off the road. There's Richard Kingard as well towards the back of the field. Wonder if maybe Garcia and Kinghart might have had a bit of a run-in with each other. Put a replay on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. But Dutch Atlantis Racing not having a good day here today after having an incredible Indy 250 week where Baranowskis topped first practice. Grabbed the pole on the first day of qualifying, and of course won the Indianapolis 250, and then Ace Garcia finished on the podium at the Indianapolis road course, and also had a good run in qualifying and in the Indy 250. Fortunately, all going south here in Road America. And it looks like Nicholas Samadio has finally taken his car to the garage. Yes, he has, as well as Zachary Fitzwater. So, yeah, that's not going to be good there for those two here today. But saw there, Chris Reynolds looked like he tried to go for a move there on the 79 of Trey Smith. Not quite going to work out just yet, though. He's going to stay in behind. Maybe look for another opportunity. Luna Lona and Jay Knapp right behind the 41 of Angel Olvera, potentially looking to make a move. Avery Alford in 20. Got past the 59 of Dylan Matthews. Now up into the top 10. Matthews in 11th. Aaron Abel in 12th. Gutierrez 13th. Parton 14th. Bradley Bradshaw right now sitting in the 15th position. He's going to make some pretty big points gains if he can stay where he is. I mean, so you just can't make this stuff up. I mean, Bradley Bradshaw, he's just had an absolutely incredible season, and consistently runs up front. And I mean, if I came into this blind and watched it, and you told me this was an equal rating series, I wouldn't believe you. Because honestly, it about seems like the same guys always run up front. But are seeing some exceptions to that here today. Of course, Trey Smith, Jay Knapp running up here, as well as Justin Zidell running up here in the top 10. Some good, much-needed runs for those guys. But Max Anderson in the 13 has been absolutely lights out since the drop of the green flag so far here this race. Almost halfway through it already. And he's got a 4-second lead now to the 79 of Trey Smith. So far, it's been pretty good for Max Anderson. But we also still have that cycle of pit stops, which will actually be coming up pretty soon. Cycle opens lap number 7. And I think Trey Smith might be struggling a little bit in that number 79 because he's kind of got a queue formed up behind him. Chris Reynolds, Angel Olvera, Luna Lona, Jay Knapp, all right behind that 79, potentially looking for a way by. And you got a little ways to Logan Williams, Justin Zidell. Avery Alford just got by the 00 Christian Vargas, so moved to 20, up to 9th place. Good run so far for Alford. And then I don't remember a couple more cars being here. Baranowskis and Tanner Parton coming into the pits early, and Dylan Matthews in the 59. Wilmington in the 34. Did these guys just all come down the pit lane? I believe they might have. And they could potentially stretch it. I don't know. That was lap 5 coming to lap 6. Don't really know what the strategy is for those guys. But the fuel window is about 7 to 9 laps, so they could stretch it. This could just be a huge undercut. But it's the same deal as Bradley Bradshaw at the Indianapolis road course. He did a huge undercut there. And didn't have enough to make it to the end, so that'll be the big question for these guys. Can they make it to the end? As Aaron Abel, maybe a little bit of a lockup there, goes wide. Ned under fire from the 49 of Angel Gutierrez. Yeah, look at all these guys behind the 79 of Trey Smith looking to get by. It's just allowing Max Anderson on the 13 to pull away even more now. Almost a 5-second gap to the 79 of Trey Smith. He's just setting qualifying laps out there right now. And I'm assuming, yeah, he holds the fastest lap of the race right now with a 1:46.278. Yeah, looking good so far for that 13 of Max Anderson, but yeah, these guys will definitely be ones to watch out for. I mean, if they save enough, they might be able to make it to the end, but we'll just have to wait and see if they can. But on to lap number 7 now, the fuel window has really opened up and should see most, if not all, the field come down this time by. And yep, here we go. Here comes the 13 of Max Anderson. He's down the pit lane. See what these guys back here do. Trey Smith, Reynolds, Olvera, Lona, Knapp is in. Logan Williams is in. And I guess I would assume everybody else. Yeah, everybody else is going to follow except for the 55. Noah Clifton is going to go for the overcut. And that 55. So this is going to be interesting. We got a couple cars going for a pretty extreme undercut. Most of the field comes down on lap 7, and we got one car, 55 of Noah Clifton, trying an overcut. Have to see how that pays off for that number 55. But here we go. This is going to be the money stop right here, and there goes Max Anderson on the 13. Already out of the pit lane, and he hits the pit wall! Oh my goodness! Oh, is this going to be another heartbreaker for Max Anderson? He hits the pit wall, and there's a ton of damage on that 13. What on earth happened there? And now he's got the field jammed up behind him. Here comes Luna in the 16, diving into the inside. And Luna is going to take the lead of these guys that just came down the pit lane. And Anderson is slow. Oh my goodness, another heartbreaker for the 13 of Max Anderson. I don't know what happened there. I've never seen that before. He just hit the pit wall coming out of the pit lane. Put a replay on the left-hand side of the screen. But I've never seen that before. I don't know what just happened. Oh my goodness, this has been a crazy race so far, but Luna now in the lead of those guys who just came down the pit lane, but Chris Reynolds in the 73 is right there, as well as Jay Knapp and Trey Smith. They're still up here, as there goes Noah Clifton diving into the pit lane. Have to see how that overcut works out for him. See where all these guys that undercut are. I believe the first out of them were, well, Dylan Matthews in the 59. There he is, right behind Richard Kingart. Have to see, though, if they can make it to the end. And, yeah, Max Anderson still losing spots there in that 13. I'd imagine he's probably going to have to pit to fix that damage. And, yeah, here he comes. Oh, we got a spinner off the final corner. That's Aaron Abel. And the 97 going off. I really don't know what's happening anymore. But man, that is such a tough break for the 13 of Max Anderson. Like I said, it's the second time he has dominated the first part of a race, and something happens to him from the race lead. Man. And that is a really, really tough break for that 13. But up front, now that Clifton has came into the pits, Luna out front for Scuderia Team Velocity looking for her second win on the season. And this would be Scuderia Team Velocity's 5th win on the year if she can pull this off. Still have a little ways to go here in this race, though. This time by, it'll be 4 laps to go, which isn't a lot, but considering how long this road course is, that's still quite a bit of time. And Chris Reynolds, Jay Knapp, they're not too far behind. Logan Williams in the 38, he's also kind of joined this battle up here, trying to get to the gearbox of Trey Smith. Justin Zeidel, Avery Alford, good stuff for them. Noah Clifton in the 55. It looks like the overcut's kind of going to work out for him. It looks like that's going to put him inside the top 10. So good stuff there for him. Angel Oliveira lost a lot of time in that pit cycle. Thomas Troxel gained a lot of time, though. He was in the back of the field for most of that first part of the run. Now he's up here, I think, just outside of the top 10. Have to see once they cross the line and the ticker updates, but here we go for second place. Here comes Jay Knapp in the 98. Contact, and they take each other out! Oh my goodness, what's going on? Second and third, Jay Knapp and Chris Reynolds just take each other out. And now Lona has a big lead to now the 79 of Trey Smith. Oh my goodness, I can't. I can't. Jay Knapp runs off the road in the 98. Oh my, I can't anymore. I don't know what is going on. But, goodness, this has been an absolutely wild race here at Road America. But Ford coming to 3 laps to go. It is Lona out in front for Scuderia Team Velocistar. Trey Smith now in second, but could potentially be under fire here soon from the 38 of Logan Williams. And you got the 75 Zeidel, Avery Alford. Let's see, I believe... Oh, here we go. Maybe potentially for second. Williams to the inside of Trey Smith. Not quite going to get there right now. But Zeidel now in fourth. Alford now rounds out your top 5. And it's Clifton, Andrews, Vargas, Troxel, and Gutierrez now rounds out your top 10. But yeah, man, oh man, this race has absolutely had it all. And we still got 3 laps to go here at Road America for Lona, the reigning champion, switching over to Scuderia Team Velocistar this season. And so far, it has been a pretty decent follow-up season so far for Lona coming into this race. 6th in the point standings. Got the win earlier in the season at Texas. Of course, a oval track that is looking to get another win here on the road course. But, I mean, considering all that has happened so far this race, this thing is not over until the checkered flag flies. We'll just have to wait and see how things go. But battle for second right now is on between Trey Smith and Logan Williams. Where's Trey Smith? He was running second here last year before crashing out on the final lap of the race. Running second right now, and after the season he's had, I don't think he would argue with a second place finish. But Logan Williams in the 38 looking to potentially make a move. Here we go. Trey Smith goes wide, and Logan Williams takes second away from that number 79. And with a 2.1 second lead, now the question is, how quick is Logan Williams? Could he potentially run Lona down, or is the gap just too big? Because that 38 car is fast. Let's see. 2.1 seconds is the gap. We'll just have to wait and see. This is going to be an interesting finish here from Road America. But so far, looking pretty good for the 16 of Lona, trying to get her second win on the season. Taking a look still, yeah, Max Anderson still has the fastest lap of the race. I know I've already said this like twice already, but yeah, man. Max, I am so sorry. Seems like whenever things are finally going his way, it all comes crashing down for the 13 of Max Anderson. This isn't going to help him in the points either. As, you know, like I said, came into this race 8th in the point standings, might fall outside of the top 10 after this. And then there's Bradley Bradshaw in the 54. Right now running in the 16th position. So still not the best day for Bradley Bradshaw. But still probably going to open up that points lead with Zachary Fitzwater wrecking out of the race. However, Thomas Troxel is in the top 10 up in 9th. But so not that much of a gap to the 54 of Bradley Bradshaw points-wise. But Logan Williams might be closing in on the 16, but I just don't think there's enough time for that 38. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go here at Road America. 1.4 seconds is the gap. Oh my goodness. Logan Williams is on rails right now. That 38 is absolutely flying, but I just don't know if he has enough time to catch the 16 of Luna Lona. It might take a mistake out of the reigning champion for Logan Williams to get there. We'll just have to wait and see, but Luna Lona in the 16 going for a second win on the season. Like I said, it's been a good year so far for Lona coming into this race. 6th in the point standings with a win earlier in the season at Texas. But her season's kind of been overshadowed by her teammate Bradley Bradshaw, points leader. 3 wins on the season, just Chase Harris 2.0. But there's butter to every slice of bread, and Luna Lona has also been incredible for that Scuderia Team Velocity team. And looking to get her second win on the season and really project herself up into that championship battle. And it looks like she is probably going to be able to do it. Through the final corners here, Luna Lona, reigning champion in the number 16 for Scuderia Team Velocity. She's gonna nab her second win on the season. Welcome back, champ! Luna Lona wins here at Road America, here in Culver's, Indy, Wisconsin. Logan Williams is gonna come home in second place. Still a great drive from that number 38. And how about Trey Smith coming on with a 3rd place finish? Much needed run there for Otter Island Motorsports, coming home 3rd and 4th. Great run for that team. And it's going to be Avery Alford, number 20. Coming on with a 5th place finish. Good stuff there for Alford. But that was an absolutely crazy race here from Road America. And after all that, it's going to be your reigning champion back in the spotlight. Luna Lona wins here at Culver's, Indy, Wisconsin, here at Road America. My oh my. Wow. That sure was something else. Like I say, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. But taking a look here at your finishing results here from Culver's, Indy, Wisconsin. Luna Lona gets it done for Scuderia Team Velocity. Logan Williams second. Trey Smith on the 79 rounds out your podium. And then it's Justin Zidell and Avery Alford rounding out your top 5. Noah Clifton in the 55 going to come home in 6th. Great stuff there for Clifton. Looking to finally get himself out of last place in the points standings. I think that is going to just do it for him. John Andrews comes home in 7th. Christian Vargas 8th. Thomas Troxel 9th. Good stuff there for him. He's probably going to go back to 2nd in the points standings. And Angel Gutierrez is going to round out your top 10. here from Road America. But, oh my goodness. Next race is going to be Hy-Vee Indy, Iowa at the Iowa Speedway. That race will be going up on Thursday, June the 13th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be an interesting one. I haven't been to Iowa in the IndyCar Series in a minute. That'll be a fun one. That'll be a really interesting and fun one, I will tell you all that. But, man, what an absolutely barnstorming race to open up the second half of the 2024 Haas IndyCar Series season. But thank you all so much for watching. Once again, congratulations to the 16 of Luna Lona for winning Culver's Indy, Wisconsin. But thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you all in Iowa. Y'all take care and have a good one. Here are your point standings after race number 11 on the season.